Hello guys, I had get something, but yeah, anyways. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to make a runner game. And runner games are pretty good, in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, let's start. So, with a runner game, you can make your character anything you want. You can make it a circle, a triangle, or just a basic square, which most people did. If you've seen like what games I've made past, you know I've made a game called Runner. Basically, if you want to check it out, I put the link in the comments, but yeah. Anyways, the first thing you want to do is make a square, any color, and then you're gonna want to go to the background. And then for this, if you want, you can have a blank background, but I'm going to make my background completely black because it fits with my character. God, it's white. Now, I'm also gonna give it some eyes. So I'm gonna make a quick face for it. Okay, that's good. So now I have this. We are going to go to events and get the block, the most important block of the game. The one green flag is clicked. So yeah, then we're gonna get a forever loop, and then we're gonna make a simple jump. I'm pretty sure, or most of you know that it requires a if, then, and a key space press. But yeah, anyways, you can use any key to jump, and yeah, I'll just make it space. Then you can make a new variable and delete the my variable, or just do the symbol, or I don't know why people do that. Anyways, I'm gonna rename the my variable to y. And then we're going to set the y to 0. Or, if you want to add a cool effect, you can make it 5. Or 8, actually. You can make it anything you want. And then, we're going to go to motion, duplicate this, and then, oh, I didn't mean that. 1 second. We're going to get rid of this. The if key space pressed, then set y 0. Get the point. And then we're going to change y by -1. And then we're going to go to motion, and then we're going to set the y to, or not set, but change y by variable y. And then we're going to set the y to 12. I recommend at least make the height for the jumping at least 8. At least 8. So, I'm going to save. And then once we start the game, oh yeah, another thing is go to make sure the player is or runner is going to X and to X0 and Y0. And then once you start the game, you can see that the effects that I added. It's not that cool. It's not that bad, but it's all right. So now we have a runner, just a jumping. Now we need to make the floor. If you want, you can just make this a jumper game, but then this will just be a Flappy Bird game, which we already made a game on, or a video on. Also, I'm going to name it Player, and then we are going to make a new sprite and call it Floor. And then, for the color, you can make it anything you want, but yeah. Okay. Make sure to set the X to 0 and the Y to 0. Okay. And then we're going to go to code, events, when the green flag is clicked. And then we're going to go to motion and set the X to 0 and Y to 0. So, if we do it like that, set back. But now we need it, so once we touch the floor, we stop moving down. And so we can have physics. To do this, we're going to go to my blocks, make a block, and call it fixed jump. Run without screen refresh. And then we're going to go to control, if then, and then if we are touching the floor, then we will broadcast, well, not broadcast, but like send a message to fixed jump, and it will define fixed jump and do the code, basically. Anyways, now we're going to go to variables and set the Y to 0. So let's see how that is. Oh, well, now we're just sinking into the ground. I'm pretty sure you guys already know why. Obviously, we're not stopping ourselves from changing the Y to -1. And, yeah. So, what can we do? Well, we can try a if analysis and see if that works. If you want, you can experiment. And honestly, you can do whatever you want. Sure, that works. But now, our player is still a bit synced. What I mean is once we put it to front layer, yeah, not really nice to see that, isn't it? So, we're going to get rid of the if then else and take back the if then. Okay, now we're going to go to fixed jump, right over here. And then if we are touching the ground or the floor, obviously we're going to set Y to 0. And this is just to make sure like we are still touching the ground. We're going to get a repeat until, and then you're going to change Y by 1 until we're not touching the floor. Okay. Then, once we have this, as you can see, when we touch the ground, we now are not synced into the ground. Now that is what I like to see. Okay. Also, I'm just going to change something. I'm just going to invert the colors. Just because why not, you know? Okay. Alright. And now we have physics. Not entirely. Okay, so now we can infinitely jump. How can we fix this? we're going to make a new variable and call it falling. If you guys have seen my platformer tutorial, you might remember that we did this piece of code, but then got rid of it, sadly. But that was only because it was for X and Y. For this, we only need Y. We're going to set falling to 0. Once we start the game, of course. And we're going to change falling by 1. And we're going to put that over, make sure it's over the touching floor. The reason why is because every time the scratch loops through the code, the last thing that has happened is the player touching the floor. And so if it's after, then that will be the last thing showing. If you need more info, I'll talk about it later at the end of the video. Anyways, we are going to get a if then, go to operators, and then get a greater for sure. 1 second. Sorry about that. Anyway, if falling is more than, or actually less, my mistake. Less than 3. Just make sure it's at least less than 7, or else you can just not touch the ground but still jump. Actually, that's still the same thing with 7. So make sure it's at less than at least 5. Then get if then. Put that in there. And then only if falling is less than 3, we can jump. So now, I'm like literally just spamming the button. I'm literally just using butterfly right now. Yep, we cannot rocket jump. Alright, so now we have fixed the problem. Alright, so now that we have the player and the ground, we have now set up the first part of the runner game. Now onto the second part. I'm just going to set that to -50. Or actually -100. Okay. Now that we've done this, we are now going to make a new sprite and start working on the enemies. Okay, so now for this you can make the enemy look like anything you want, but I'm just gonna make the first enemy look like the player. We're going to make multiple types of enemies, but that will be in the next video. To look angrier. Okay. Then we're gonna go to code, and then when the green light's clicked, forever, we're going to wait, and then go to operators, get a pick random from any time you want. I'll just do 1 to 2, or actually it's a little too fast. 2 to 3. Clone myself. And then we're going to get a When I Start As clone. And then, forever, we are going to go to motion, get a X, and bring it over to here. And set the Y to anything you want, and the X. But, yeah. Now, actually, switch out the forever loop with the repeat until, actually. Then, we're going to go to sensing, and then get a touching mouse pointer, and it's going to keep moving forward to the player until it's not touching the edge. So we're going to go to operators, get a not. And then, yeah. Now, we are going to go to motion, get a change X by 10, and then I'm going to set the speed, or change the X position, by -5. And then, we're going to duplicate this, get rid of the knot, keep the touching edge, and then we will delete the clone. What this does is it's going to wait until it's not touching the edge, and the reason why is because we don't have to do we don't have to do some extra code, I guess. But yeah, save. And then once we start, oh, I forgot, not 230. No, well, not negative. 230. 230. Okay. And I forgot for the Y to. Also, make sure only the clones are showing. Not clones. And not the original sprite. So now, I'll jump. Woohoo! Alright. Okay, actually, touch that up. Ah. Maybe we should make him a bit faster. Yeah, just a bit faster. Alright. Okay, maybe I doubted the speed of the cloning for the clones or enemies. Alright, just touching them. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Alright, sorry. I was just playing around with the thing. Anyway. So, we have the enemies, and the player, and the ground. So, sadly, this is where we end off this video. But, I will make a part 2. And, please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, comment, and thank you for 35 subscribers. And have a great day, and yeah.